the people of the state of Michigan versus Mario Cornelius Armour, file number 23-21339FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Armour, who is joining us from Michigan Department of Corrections. I have Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. Ms. Underwood, how do you wish to proceed today?
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, I'll start by saying I spoke with Mr. Armour yesterday. Thank you so much to the correctional facility where Mr. Armour is, that they facilitated that. It doesn't happen much anymore, but thank you, thank you. Your Honor, Mr. Armour's criminal responsibility was recently completed. We do not have a report yet. So I would ask that this matter be set out for 30 days based on the notification we got from the Forensic Center. I would anticipate that's long enough for us to get that report, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So my next available pretrial is September 6th at 8:30 in the morning. And Ms. Underwood, can you prepare the stipend order to adjourn?
I would be happy to do that. And we hope, I noticed the writs are going very well this morning. So we hope that.
Yes.
continues.
So Mr. Fleming will need a writ again for that date as well.
Will do, Judge.
All right. All right. So Mr. Armour, thank you very much. And we will see you back on September 6th at 8:30. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank
See
you,
y'all later.
Bye, Mr. Armour. Thank you.
Mr. Armour, I promised it would be quick. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All y'all have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you. Okay.
That was September 6th, Your Honor.
Yes, September 6th at 8:30.
Thank
All
you.
right. So then I have, you said that you had, hold on, Mr. Johnson this morning as well?
I have Mr. Johnson this morning as well, Your Honor.
Okay. And, all right, and I have a gentleman, I spoke to you earlier, sir. I'm moving people around, and I have a gentleman with MDOC on the screen. What is your name again? Derek Jackson, right?
Yep.
Okay, still don't, do you know the name of your attorney through Sado, sir?
Say what?
You have an attorney through the State Appellate Defenders Association. Was it Jessica Zimbelman?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me bring her in real quick. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Derek Anthony Jackson, file number 21-20643FH. I have Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Jessica Zimbelman appearing on behalf of Mr. Jackson. Ms. Zimbelman, what is your P number?
72042. Good morning.
Okay. All right, so we are here today for multiple things, but Ms. Zimbelman, is it my understanding today we need to verify whether or not he is entitled to court-appointed counsel and then appoint counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm going to assume since he is incarcerated with the Michigan Department of Corrections, I can assume that he's eligible for court-appointed counsel.
Yes, I would think so.
Okay. All right, so we will, Ms. Underwood, I think you formerly represented him. So we will be appointing the Lenawee County Public Defender's Office to represent him. And schedule it for another pretrial, I guess. Would that relieve you then, Ms. Zimbelman, of your duties?
It would. I would be remiss if I didn't say that one of the reasons Mr. Jackson's conviction was reversed by the Court of Appeals was, of course, some issues with council of choice and those issues that I know Your Honor is well aware of, and that includes the representation of Ms. Underwood and the Lenawee County Public Defender Office. I just want to put that out there, but yes, I believe your clerk should have given you an order that I need signed to kind of close out things from an appellate perspective. So
I don't know about, I have no authority over appointing counsel through the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Underwood does represent people from Michigan Department of Corrections. If I remember correctly, part of the issue is he wouldn't stay in the courtroom. So I will appoint the Public Defender's Office and they appoint who they appoint. I have no authority or control over the Public Defender's Office, and I do not have that order. But I'm sure, I don't have a file either because it's still up at the Court of Appeals. So did you prepare the order?
yes, yep, I emailed it over yesterday with Prosecutor Fleming's approval. So
Did you email it to Ms. McGrain?
yes, and she said she'd get a courtesy copy to us by email once you've signed that.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Jackson, are you asking then to have court-appointed counsel?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, and all right, so we will appoint the Lenawee County Public Defender's Office. And Ms. Adams, Ms. McGrain has that order probably in her office, so I will sign that, and she will obviously in this moment email you a copy. And then I will set this for another pretrial. And my next available is September 6th. And Ms. Adams, we will need to prepare that notice of hearing because we're appointing right now. So couple things, we'll do the order appointing counsel that'll get sent to the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Jackson, you'll be assigned a public defender, and then they will review the file, which the Public Defender's Office will still have, and then we'll see you back on September 6th at 8:30 with that court-appointed attorney. And where are you currently at, Mr. Jackson?
Carson City.
Carson City. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. And Ms. Zimmelman, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Z.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's see. Let me get another MBOC case in. All right. Okay, so it looks different on my screen. Who's the gentleman I have in an ARF hearing with a gray wall behind you? What's your name?
Terence Spearman.
All right. Okay, so let me grab your file. Mr. Goldstein, I will take you next. So, all right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Terence Ray Malik Spearman, file number 23-21348H. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Spearman, and I have Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial conference in this matter. Looks like I have a plea offer that says plea discharge, no subs. The Cobb's agreement to the low end of the guidelines. Ms. Underwood, how do you wish to proceed today with Mr. Spearman?
May I have a breakout with Mr. Spearman?
Of course. Mr. Spearman, I'm going to change your screen name. Just because I have a few people from MBOC today. So I'm going to keep asking who you are. All right, so I'm going to open up some breakout rooms. Mr. Spearman, I will assign you a breakout room with Ms. Underwood. When you're done, you can either come back in or just wait and I'll bring you back in. So go ahead and join. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. David Goldstein, you represent Miss Hannah Walt.
Your Honor, I don't see a
Yeah.
breakout room appearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put you in it. I guess that's important. Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Goldstein, you're here on Lisa Hannah Walt. She is not in jail. So let me check. I have a couple people logged in with no names on their devices unless Lisa Hannah Walt's in the courtroom. No, okay. No, that doesn't look like a Lisa Hannah Walt. Just waiting for them to connect audio. Send the chat. All right, I have a young lady with a black t-shirt and a band's t-shirt, it looks like. What is your name, please?
Caitlin Whiteman.
All right. And I have a gentleman, what looks like a gray and black t-shirt. What is your name?
Joe Johnson, Your Honor.
All right, so, Mr. Goldstein, let me see who this person is. All right, Mr. Johnson and Ms. Whiteman, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. I just wanted to verify who you were. All right, let's see who this person is. Mr. Bernstein, I see you. I will get you next. Oh, that doesn't look like a Karen. I have a gentleman, what is your, with a beard, what's your name, sir?
Douglas Toms. Sorry, I'm on my wife's account. Mine I hit the wrong button, so.
That's fine, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna.
Thank you.
That's Mr. Bernstein's. All right, so Mr. Goldstein, is Lisa Hannah in custody? I don't have her on my jail list. She
Your
is,
Honor, if I could, Your Honor, she's had 2 court dates in district court in the last 2 weeks. She bench warranted on both of those. She did not appear and she bench warranted.
all right, well, that makes it a little easier. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus, let me get there, Lisa Marie Hannah Walt. We have 2 files, 22-21152FH and 23-21232FH. I have David Goldstein appearing as of this moment on behalf of Ms. Hannah Walt on both of these files. And I have Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people. Mr. Goldstein, I see that we are set for pretrial and motion to withdraw on both files.
Yes, Your Honor, as I indicated a moment ago, we had court dates in the last 2 weeks in district court, 2 different court dates, one for an exam and one for a pretrial. She did not appear in either of those. Bench warrants were issued. I don't know if she's been picked up. I was not notified that she was picked up, so I'm assuming she's not in jail. So,
No, I don't.
yeah, so she's not here. I don't know. I've not been able to communicate with her. And we had filed, for that reason, we had filed a motion to withdraw.
Okay. I also received a letter from the Center for Forensic Psychiatry stating that her appointment was scheduled for July 25th of 2023 at 9 a.m. And it stated we do not provide notice to the defendant directly. And therefore, I emailed one copy of this letter to you, Mr. Goldstein, and then I mailed a copy to Lisa Hannah Walt directly. And Mr. Fleming, any position on Mr. Goldstein's motion to withdraw?
No objection, Judge.
All right, well, Mr. Goldstein, I will grant your request to withdraw. I will issue a bench warrant for her arrest for failure to appear. And I will set bond at 50,000 cash on each file. And I believe that's all I have with you this morning, Mr. Goldstein.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll get you an order tomorrow in that matter.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Goldstein.
Your Honor, I do have, I'm looking at the file, and I think there are 2 files. There are 2 files, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll get you orders in both.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Underwood, close that breakout room. Mr. Fleming, did we shave or something?
My beard got caught in a weed whacker, Judge.
All right, so we are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Terence Ray Malik Spearman. Ms. Underwood, how do you wish to proceed today on behalf of Mr. Spearman?
Your Honor, when you said what the plea offer was before, did you say there was a Cobb's?
That's what my note says, that plead as charged, no subs. So you would plead to count 1 and count 2, which are both 5-year felonies. And then there was a Cobb's agreement that I would sentence him to the low end of the guidelines. So you must have abused me horribly to get that.
Thank you. I believe I have some discussions to have with Mr. Spearman, Your Honor, and I believe those are going to be, he's a Gus, so I believe those are going to be have to be held in person. I apologize.
Okay.
So I would like another pretrial. Thank you.
All right. So my next available pretrial is September 6th. So Mr. Spearman, I will set this for pretrial on September 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Ms. Underwood, can you prepare the stipend order to adjourn? And Mr. Fleming, your office can prepare the writ.
Absolutely, Judge. And Miss Underwood, you can sign with our permission.
All right, excellent. Mr. Spearman, thank you very much, and I'll see you back on that day, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hold on, Mr. Thomas, you're next. All right. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Douglas Henry Toms, file number 23-21221 FC. I have Sam Bernstein, right? Appearing on behalf of the defendant. And I have Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people. This is the time set for a pretrial conference in this matter. Mr. Toms, I signed an order for you to get your fingerprints done at the Adrian Police Department last June. Did you go get your fingerprints done?
No, I had talked to my lawyer about that. I'd been arrested, so you have my fingerprints. They're at the jail.
Well, I know, but I did an order for you to go get your fingerprints done. So I'm going to need you to call Adrian Police Department and schedule a time to get your fingerprints done.
Okay. Yeah, because
the only reason is I don't have a TCN number for you, and it's mandatory. So
all right.
I think they do it 2 mornings a week. So they'll set up a time for you to go get that done. All right.
Okay. Yeah, because the order that I got mailed was actually an order for a fella in Morenci.
Doug, it's okay. I'll explain. There was some confusion, Your Honor. There was like a wrong name on it. So he called up there and asked if he needed to go get them again. And they're like, well, if you can, verify it through the court or something, you won't need to. But
okay, I'm sorry. We probably mixed up envelopes. I do have a direct order for fingerprints with your name on it. So I will make sure that we resend that order to the Adrian Police Department today. Okay.
Oh, we'll get it done, Judge.
All right, so let me write a note to send it to APD. All right. Okay, so Ann, Mr. Bernstein, how would you like to proceed today?
For the pretrial, Your Honor, Ms. Meir had reached out to me yesterday and relayed an offer by email. I didn't have an opportunity yet to relay that to Mr. Toms. It's the kind of thing I'd probably need to get him in the office for and run some guidelines. And so I need a little time to work on that if I could. So It sounds like the court is adjourning to September 6th. And if there's no objection from the people, I can draft a stipend order to make that happen.
Perfect. All right. I will set this matter for September 6th at 8:30. And Mr. Bernstein, I believe Mr. Fleming said you could sign his name with permission. So we will see you back on that day. Mr. Toms, make sure you schedule an appointment with your attorney. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Take care, everyone.
You too. All right. So, Ms. Adams, I have Rhonda Underwood. So, she has Christopher late. Stephen Powell, Randall Lambert, and,
I think that's it, Your Honor.
okay, Miss Underwood also, Mr. Johnson Darnez, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Darnez Donald Johnson, file number 22-20959FH. Miss Underwood, he's with the Michigan Department of Corrections, and correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Adams, you received a call this morning stating he was quote unquote under observation.
We received an email that he was under observation and unable to attend.
All right, so Miss Underwood, I will set that over for another pre-trial on September 6th at 8:30 in the morning. And could you do the step in order to adjourn that as well, Miss Underwood?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so, and that would be on both files. I'm sorry, it's like I.
It'll take me about 20 minutes to actually
Yeah. Oh, it's a different Johnson. Okay. All right, too many Johnsons. So I have a couple people in the courtroom. Are either of you a defendant? Like a defendant? What's your name?
Daniel Norton.
Mr. Norton, who's your attorney?
Matt Murphy.
All right, so I'm gonna mark that you're here in person. Mr. Murphy goes to Judge Olsaver first. And so, I'm gonna mark that you are in person, and when he gets here, I will take you first to get you on your way, all right? Ron Underwood, I have Timothy Faithy, Miss Whiteman, Joe Johnson, Zachary McFarland, and Bridget Reinhardt. None of those are yours? Okay.
Yeah, Spearman for Joanne, and then they made it, and the sheriff brought it over.